got some good news for your ears. More of that good stuff is coming up. And even better news for your hair. The best hair care is at Sephora. They've got all kinds of products for every kind of hair. From brands like Amika, Kerastase, Day, and K18. You knew where to get great audio. Now, you know where to get great hair care too. Sephora, good news for great hair. Shop hair care now at Sephora.com.
Jif peanut butter. It's that jiffing good, it doesn't really need advertising. So instead, enjoy the calming sounds of the ocean. Jif. Ooh, it's that jiffing good. Get your Jif at Jif.com.
As I went to go close the door behind me, it got kicked over.
But why would you talk that way to anybody who is obviously related to a customer?
I didn't know.
Well, I don't mean by blood, but she has something to do with the business because she exists in that place. Like, why would you talk that way to a dog? Why would you talk that way at all? Don't get too excited because I'm coming to you next.
This is the plaintiff, Joseph Stone. He says the defendant got involved in a discussion he was having with one of his customers, lost her temper, and ended up squirting him in the eyes with some sort of floor cleaner. He reacted by throwing his cup of coffee at her and then rushed himself to the hospital emergency room. He had to go to an eye specialist. The defendant refuses to pay for his medical bills, so here they are. He's suing for $1,297.93, the amount he's out. This is the defendant, Mimi Patitucci. She says the plaintiff was super disrespectful to her, thought she was some sort of maid, and when she followed him into a room with her father, he lunged at her. She sprayed him with cleaner. He tossed his cup of coffee in her face, and that's when she went to the cops. The plaintiff's a loser. The judge will see it, and she's pretty sure she'll walk out of here the victor. She's accused of cleaning a guy's clock. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $3,000 for harassment and attorney's fees.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Mr. Stone, you are suing Ms. Patitucci for $1,297.93 in hospital bills and doctor's bills because, according to you, she attacked you, and you are counterclaiming against him $3,000 for harassment and attorney's fees because, according to you, based on his actions, you had to run out and get an attorney to defend you in a criminal case. Tell me what happened.
Good morning, Your Honor. I was hired by the defendant's father to install a floor that he purchased. When I finished the job, he ran 3 boxes short of the wood. So I told Mr. Patitucci to give me a call when the rest of the wood came in. So 2 weeks went by, and he gave me a call on a Saturday and said that his wood was finally in. When could I come out? And I said I can be out there the following Monday morning. So as I showed up, he said that he had a problem with the hardwood floors. So when I walked in, I saw this huge bubble in the floor, and there was definitely a problem. So I looked up at the ceiling, and lo and behold, there was tiles missing from the drop ceiling. Insulation was hanging down, and on top of that bubble was, you could see where there was water on the hardwood floor.
Did you take pictures?
I never got a chance to. So as I was...
Well, that takes 1 second. So it just didn't occur to you.
Well, yeah, I didn't know.
Because you're talking to him, you're in the beginning stages, and what happens?
As I was explaining to him what happened, Mimi just blurted right out loud and said, "There's nothing wrong with the laminate floor. It did get wet. It was because your install job you did." And I looked over at it. I said, "This is between my customer and me. You have nothing to do with it." And she said, "As a business owner, you know, you show a lot of disrespect." And I said, "You're not my customer. I don't have to show you anything." So as I walked away
Did you know who she was?
No, not at all. No,
and as you walked away,
As I walked away, I was walking into another room, and as I went to go close the door behind me, it got kicked open.
But why would you talk that way to anybody who is obviously related to a customer?
I didn't know.
Well, I don't mean by blood, but she has something to do with the business because she exists in that place. Like, why would you just talk? Why would you talk that way to a dog? Why would you talk that way at all? Don't get too excited because I'm coming to you next. Oh, by the way, you said something else, right?
It had nothing to do with
What
respect.
else did you say to her?
It had nothing to do
What
with
else did you say
respect.
to her?
Nothing.
Go back to cleaning. Because you thought she was the cleaning lady.
Correct.
Right, tell me about that part.
She was in just a regular headband, cut off sleeves, a pair of shorts. She had the cleaner in one hand and a rag in the other. I don't know who she is. She's not my customer, Your Honor.
So you just tell, go back to cleaning.
No, I told her that I am discussing something between my customer and myself.
You have an anger control problem?
I'm sorry?
Do you have an anger control problem?
No, I don't. Not at all.
Because it's looking that way. You're not the only one in the room with one. So you walk into the other room.
And so as I went into the other room, as I go to close the door, and I had a cup of coffee in my hand, mind you, and as I went to close the door, it gets kicked open.
That's
so
a lie.
I turn around.
Yeah, I mean, it's not your turn. Go on.
Okay.
As I turn around to see what happened, she squirts me dead in my face, right in my eyes, twice. With a cleaner.
Okay.
Instantly burned me, and as she squirts me, I have a cup of coffee in my hand that's at least 2 hours old. It wasn't even hot. And in a jerk reaction, I just came up with my coffee, and it got on me.
Wait, you threw the coffee at her, right?
No, I didn't throw it at her, no, not
You
at all.
spilled it on her accidentally?
No, I just put my hand up and defended myself. There was no...
So you spilled it on her accidentally as your hand was coming to defend your eyes?
Coffee went out, Your Honor. It didn't.
No, that's not good enough. I want to know how that happened. Come on up. Were you with him that day?
Yes.
How'd it go down?
Different.
You work for him?
Yes.
You still work for him?
Yes.
Okay, you're under oath?
Yes.
Okay.
Just like Joe said, she kicked the door open and squirted him dead in the face.
Did she say anything?
She was screaming at him.
What was she saying? Do you remember?
I honestly don't know now.
Okay.
And Joe went like this with his coffee. You know, I don't know.
And then
whether
you
to
said
block.
what?
I didn't say anything to her.
According to you, what did he say? Look at me. What are you going to do? You think you're going to have a fight right here in my courtroom?
They're under oath.
Yeah,
and they're
okay, so
just
you tell me, what did he
continuing to
say
lie.
after?
He said when he threw the coffee at me, which he admitted to
Well,
in
wait,
his
let's
first
in
report.
fairness, let's rewind. Let's
Okay.
rewind. You are the daughter of the owner.
Yes.
He is having a discussion with your father. He says it's that you have a leak up here. It's not how I did the job.
Right.
You
There wasn't
interject and you say, no, it's not. It's what?
Well, it was cut wrong. It was cut in different areas. It was cut too tight. And that's what I was told. My husband, many other people that came and did work in here, and that's in
Boy,
his
that has
field.
to be hard for your husband to sit
That's
through
in
this.
his field. It is, okay? And
What do you mean that's in his field?
This is part of what he does.
Then
So
why didn't he do the floor? I don't understand. What does your husband do?
I would say basically he's like an engineer.
But he doesn't put in floors.
No.
Okay. So
so
now
but
you
we should really-
you come in and you haven't met this guy yet. You haven't introduced yourself.
No.
You haven't. So you then say what?
It wasn't even a problem. And I didn't even think.
Let me explain to you what I want in court. All I want are the facts.
Okay.
Just the facts, ma'am. You said what?
I started to say, no, there wasn't any water. The reason why the floors were the way they were. And then
Is
he
what?
didn't.
No,
I
you're
didn't
not
even-
finishing what you said. The reason why the floors are the way they are is because what?
Because they were not laid in properly.
Okay, don't look at each other again. Stop staring her down. Stop looking at him. Talk to me.
I just started to state the facts in reference to the floor. And he said, I'm not speaking to you.
Okay.
Go back to cleaning. I'm speaking to the gentleman that hired me. I said, hold on a second. This is my father. This is our place. And you're going to speak to me. He's like, I'm not speaking to you. Then we began to verbally go back and forth.
What were you saying to each other?
I'm just saying that I can speak here and I can give you my opinion. And I just kept trying to go on, and he kept, just downing me like I was some cleaning person and speaking to me like not like you would speak to a person that you're doing work for.
Even a cleaning person.
Anybody. Okay? So that's where that went. And then continuing with the facts, he said I kicked in the door. It was a doorway. I didn't kick open any door. He continued to talk, and he's saying this, and that.
What's he saying?
To be perfectly honest with you, he was discussing moisture.
To whom?
He was talking to my father my father was in this room, and he was like talking back and forth. As he went into the other room, I went into the other room. He continued to verbally abuse me.
Well, no. That's a conclusion again on your part. It's editorializing. What did he say exactly?
I was telling him that his problem is that still doesn't know how to lay a hardwood floor down, and he can't take it from me that I have to tell him. And that's when he lunged towards me.
How did he lunge towards you?
He lunged towards me, like hollering, and came towards me. And when he came up at me, I reacted, and I sprayed something which was not cleaner.
What was it?
It was linen spray.
What's that? It's like Febreze, like just to freshen up linen?
Yeah, because we cleaned some carpets and there was moisture.
Do you have the bottle here?
No, I didn't. No.
So you sprayed it where?
I sprayed it towards him. I don't know that I sprayed it.
Why'd you just walk back?
I tell you, it was a reaction.
It was a reaction to him disrespecting you.
No, I don't believe so. It was a reaction to him coming up at me like that, and it's just something.
Tell me about the coffee.
So then he threw the coffee in my face like deliberately.
Show me with your hands how he threw the coffee.
Which I have.
How did he throw the coffee?
I know I was hit in the face, strongly, dripping. Okay, it wasn't like
It wasn't hot coffee though, right?
No, it wasn't. I mean, it was like lukewarm.
You already told the police it was not hot coffee. You can't.
Lukewarm.
Right.
I did not get burnt. Okay, that's it. But my point is, he admits to throwing coffee on me, okay, and not as a reaction. And I have that here on paper right now.
He stated that as a defense, he poured his coffee on her.
Correct.
Right? That's what the cop says you told her.
Yeah, in defense, yes.
Yeah, but that's different what you told me. What you told me is, oh no, the coffee just went up. The coffee came out of the cup because my hand went up. Not I poured it at her. And see, because here's the thing, it's pretty obvious to the rest of us, and probably to you, now that cooler heads are prevailing and you're seeing what it's cost both of you, that this was really two really very sensitive trigger people who disrespect each other. He perceived you disrespected him. You perceived you disrespected him. Most people walk away from that disrespect and say a curse word, starting with an A and ending with an E.
Right.
And that's the most that they'll do. But not you two, not you two. And then according to you, he, with the smile on his face, says what to you?
The other guy was laughing, shaking his head, and he goes, "You're crazy, bro," to the other guy. He goes, "That's what get when they want it with me." That's
Wait,
what
which
Joe
one
Stone.
said that's what?
This one, Joe, said that's what get when they
He's
want
the
it
one who
with
said
me. The other guy was laughing and tells him, "You're crazy, bro." He goes like that, and the other guy goes, "That's what get when they want it with me." Now, if I really
What was your father doing during this?
I don't think he even understood.
Did he say to you, "Did you just throw coffee at my daughter?"
He did. Yes.
Right. And what'd you say to him when he said that?
I said she squirted me in the eyes, and I defended myself against her.
My point.
Does your father have a lawsuit against him for the wood floors?
To be perfectly honest with you, we are just so.
You're waiting for all this to be over
Yeah.
with? Yeah. So now tell me, you go to the police and you tell the police what happened. And they ask you, do you want to file criminal charges? And you say to them,
She said to me, the officer said to me, she said, "Go to small claims, take all your information
so
for the
then you
floor."
go back to the studio, and what happens?
I go back and I'm doing paperwork. Officer calls me. I go. There's other people in there now.
So
and
you walk out because you don't want people to hear.
Right.
And when you walk outside, what happens?
He comes back by and he's beeping the horn. And he's cursing me. I'm dead and putting his finger out. And she
Putting his finger out as in giving you the finger?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she overheard it.
She overheard it?
Over the phone.
Okay. Did you drive by there and give her the finger and tell her she was dead? And
I was in the emergency room, Your Honor.
No,
I was in the
not yet.
emergency room.
You weren't yet.
Yes. Oh, yes, I was.
You weren't
Oh, yes,
yet.
I was.
Okay. Before going to the emergency room, did you drive by and give her the finger?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Because I went north.
Do you have the police report?
Do I have a police report?
Do you have a copy of the police report? Because here's what the officer says. It is his claim that she walked up to him and sprayed him in the eye with cleaner unprovoked. He stated that as a defense, he poured his coffee on her. He stated that she did follow him out of the building, and he stated he is 2 minutes away from calling the police.
He was going to call somebody to my up, is what he basically said. But
Okay. Stone said that he was on his way to the hospital, but decided to turn around and give his side of the story. When confronted with the recent incident of him driving by the business, honking his horn and waving, he admitted to doing so.
Your Honor?
Did you hear what I said? Or
Yes,
no?
I did.
Okay.
I was not in
then
any
the
vehicle.
office. Say it again.
I left the emergency room and I went right to the police station, which still does not pass
Did
the
you
dance
drive
studio.
by and give your finger to?
Absolutely not.
Okay. Do you understand? It's in the police report.
I
Did
understand
you read
that.
the police report before you walked in here?
Yes, absolutely, I did.
You don't see it in there?
Yeah, but I don't believe it. Just because I have it doesn't mean I have to believe it. I don't believe it. I
What
was not
dog
there.
does the officer have in the fight? Unless the officer's like apparently yet another woman with something against you. The officer, you did the drive-by first, and then went to the cops, and then after that decided that you wanted to get yourself checked out at the hospital. Is that also not true?
Your Honor, I was at the emergency room.
Is that also not true? That's
is-
what this says, right?
That's not true.
So
I was at the emergency
officer has
room.
it all wrong.
Officer Shields called me up and told me that I need to come down to the police station.
Let me see the hospital records.
I don't have them. I faxed them over earlier,
You don't
but I don't
have
have them
them?
with me.
What do you mean you don't have them? If you faxed them, you had them to fax.
I
You
don't
didn't
have
bring them with
me
you?
today, Your Honor.
You left them at home?
Yes, ma'am.
Maybe I have it. Hold on. Underwood Memorial Hospital?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's see if they write the time. Oh, guess what? The hospital bill does have the time. You came in at 1 o'clock there, not at 10. Bad for you.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So if somebody sprayed Febreze in your eye, would it injure you?
I think it would.
What do you think's in it?
Bad chemicals.
Bad chemicals. What do you think?
I think it would injure you if you didn't clean it after.
If you didn't immediately wash it out, sir.
Yeah, more than likely, I would think.
Why?
It seems like something under the kitchen sink.
Does it have ammonia? Well, that's actually a good point. Anything under the kitchen sink, bad news, right? Okay, I get it. That's actually a pretty good maxim going inside the courtroom.
When Officer Shields gave me a call when I was at the emergency room, I left the emergency room and I went to the police station to
What time did you go to the emergency room?
It had to be around 10:45 because I showed up at the job at 10 o'clock.
10:45 is when you went?
Approximately, yes. Takes about 20
Because
minutes.
when do you think that the event happened?
Whether she sprayed me?
Yeah.
Within 5 minutes of me being there.
So 10:05?
Correct.
And according to you, you went to the hospital immediately because you required immediate medical attention, and you went by 10:45?
Yeah.
Okay, what if I were to tell you that the officer says that she didn't even speak to you until 1:10? What do you think about that?
I don't
See,
know.
here's what I got to
I don't
listen.
understand
Let me
the
explain
point,
something to
though.
you. Somebody sprays something into my eyes, I'm going to want to go to the hospital. But then, if what I think happened, and I think that the reason you went to the hospital was to beef it up, then it becomes different because your right in court is to have your necessary, reasonable expenses as a result of someone's wrongdoing covered. By the way, what they do for you at the hospital?
They held my eyes open for over 3 hours, and I had an IV drip in my eyes until all the chemicals were out of my eyes.
An IV drip in your arm?
Eye.
Intravenous means in your vein. That's what IV means.
The bag, with fluid in it. Whatever it was in that bag is what they clean my eyes out with.
All right, so now you come back after the hospital and tell the police, I changed my mind, I want to do criminal charges. You say no?
I'm sorry, one more time.
Did you come back to the police the second time?
Yes, I
And did what?
I wanted to sign
criminal complaint.
Criminal complaint.
Which is different from, that's why you had to come back and do that, because you hadn't done that the first time. You had opted against filing criminal charges the first time. What changed between time one and time two?
I knew I was going to incur some hospital bills that I wanted.
Okay, so now you come back to file the criminal charges, and the officer who you come back and speak to calls you. So what do?
I came and I counterclaimed.
You filed a criminal complaint, and now you both have criminal charges against you. Okay.
Right.
So now you have criminal cases against each other, and what happens in court? That's what I want to know.
The judge asked him if he would like to get an attorney, and
therefore what?
He said he did want to get an attorney.
Okay. So because he's going to have an attorney, you said, well, I don't want to.
I have to.
Well, no, you don't have to. You just want to, and that's fine. It makes sense. Why would he have to pay for your attorney? That's your counterclaim. You're suing him for harassment, and you're suing him for the attorney's fees.
I had to defend myself.
Let's not lose sight of the fact that the very first thing that happened is you lost it because he was verbally rude, and you sprayed him.
What difference does it make is that he's made this whole case.
Can I tell you something? The only pleasure I have is knowing how much of a pound of flesh both of you clowns have had to pay for your decisions that day.
I don't know how you could not see what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay. Your chance to tell me your feelings is done. So do not interrupt me again. Okay. I am mortified that any human being would tell another human being, I don't have to respect you, go back to cleaning. I am mortified that another person's response to that would be to follow him into a room with the spray in the hand. I have to be honest with you. I don't know whether I believe, that he lunged at you, but he's got a really bad temper, so maybe he did take a step forward. I don't know how, when someone takes a step forward, you do anything but this, which is what would save you, why you go with Febreze. I don't know why, but I don't know why either of you do a lot of things, and why you would think that it would be appropriate behavior on your part as a man to turn around and throw coffee. Then here it's, I spilled my coffee. Thank God that coffee wasn't hot. Thank God. But I kind of hope you learned that there are consequences for actions that happen and that they hurt other people, like your 82-year-old father, like your husband who has to sit here through all this, because I'm sure your husband wants to put his hands around his neck, all right? So now what do I have? Your lawsuit against him is for attorney's fees. Hiring an attorney for a criminal case is a very personal decision, okay? As far as a harassment is concerned, since it's so difficult to see who began the harassment, it's not going to entitle you a $1,500 bonanza in court. On your counterclaim against him, 0. Now let's talk about what I think is a stickier issue, which is the hospital bills. And I tell you in no uncertain terms, when I start to see each of the things that I start to see in the evidence.
Do you think I just went to the hospital, rack up a hospital bill that I'm paying? That's fine, but
everybody's lying. The hospital's lying, she's lying, the cop is lying, everybody, when I start to get confronted with evidence after evidence that it starts to look like you're both still just trying to one-up each other, then it's my call to decide whether or not these are reasonable and necessary charges. So I guess your $1,500 is just the cost to you of having this trigger temper of yours. And I guess your $1,200 is just the cost to you of having your trigger temper. So next time, folks, ask yourselves whether it's worth it. On each of your claims, I find 0.
So it's immature responses to an adult problem that ultimately cost you your case here. What's your feeling on the outcome?
Nothing. Your Honor has her opinion. I don't agree with any of her opinions or theories on my temper and that I went to the hospital just to rack up some bills because I had nothing better to do that day.
You don't think you have a temper issue, right?
Not in this situation, no.
Right, okay.
I'm getting sprayed in the face with a chemical.
Yeah, but you said a few things too.
Sure. So what? Does that entitle me to get sprayed in the face?
Yeah, I'm not saying.
My eyes?
I'm not saying that.
Getting blind is not a very good thing.
Okay. All right. Right around the corner this way. All right. Step on out here. Your feeling on the outcome here? You're culpable also for your actions.
I think she was fair. I think it was right. I really do.
Do you think your elderly dad is going to go after him for the floors now?
I think he is.
You do? You think there's more legal action going his way?
Absolutely.
You haven't seen the end of each other then in court?
No, they'll see each other, not us. We're done.
Okay, over to Harvey.
Aside from common sense, if somebody injures you, the more quickly you get medical attention, the better off for you, at least in terms of the lawsuit, and obviously in terms of your physical health. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Hey, it's Paris. I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
The McDonald's Snack Wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch Snack Wrap. Spicy Snack Wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack Wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
This is the plaintiff, Kara Giroux. She says she and the defendant worked together and they became friends. One day, he asked her to help him out, so she added a line on her cell service for him and loaned him money for a new iPhone 4S. The defendant promised he'd pay the bills monthly, but once she stopped working, he stopped paying. The guy claims he has no money, but she saw pictures on Facebook of him with his brand new truck. Some people. She's suing for every penny of the $713.08 she's owed. This is the defendant, Andrew Potts, Jr. He says this whole thing's crazy. He was making payments on the phone, and then, when she left work, he didn't see her as much. He would call and make arrangements to meet her to give her money, but she wouldn't show up. Then her brother-in-law got involved. And next thing you know, his phone was shut off. Bottom line, he had the money to pay her, but she kept flaking out on him. He's accused of not phoning it in.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff won't ever put anyone in her cell phone plan again. He cried poverty, and she did it. And then all of a sudden, he turns around after not paying and buys a truck for himself. Now, he says he made every effort to pay. It's the case of don't keep on trucking.
Thank you, Kara Giroux. You are suing Andrew Potts, I guess your former friend, for $713 in phone bills and cancellation fees because you put a phone under your name and then he refuses to pay. Tell me what's going on.
Correct. This was about in July 2012. The defendant and I were really good friends. We worked together, and
Worked where?
High school. I was a former teacher.
Okay.
High school.
He was
a security guard.
Okay.
We were very close friends, and he didn't have a cell phone. His ex-girlfriend or whatever the situation was disconnected his phone.
Are you the ex-girlfriend? No? Okay. Who's that?
My girlfriend.
Okay. Go on.
And
how tall are you? Stand up. I can't stand it. Go ahead. You're a tiny little thing. No, stand next to him. I don't get a lot of fun in this life, and I just want to see that. Oh my gosh. It's like you're half his size. Go ahead, sit down, honey. Go ahead.
So,
were you two anything more than friends or no?
No, we were always just close friends.
Just friends. Okay, go on.
So I offered.
Why would you offer to put the phone in your name?
Because I do crazy things like that for my friends.
Let me just ask you a question. Why couldn't he get a phone in his own name? Why was he having it in his other girlfriend's name?
Well, because he didn't currently have a cell phone because she left him with the cell phone. Basically, what he did to me, she did to him. So he was just using the school phone, and I felt bad, so I said, if you want, I can add a line for you under a family plan for me. And he said...
Is he an orphan? Does he have family? Does he have... Like, why do you think you have to save him?
I don't know why I thought that. In retrospect, I was a total, complete moron.
But I understand when people do that when I love him, but that's not what was going on here. That's why I'm not understanding.
Right.
Does she like you?
Not that I know of, no.
No. Okay. Okay, so go on.
So, but no, it wasn't like me doing this as a gift. It was doing it as he was paying. He was actively making.
So you open up a line for him when?
In July, the end of July.
And did he pay July, August, September? Oh, by the way, how did he get a phone? You paid for that?
Yes, and he was going to make payments on the phone.
So you paid how much for the phone? $200?
$199.99, yes.
For an iPhone 4S?
Correct.
And then did he pay July?
Yes.
August?
Yes.
September?
Yes.
October?
Yes.
November?
No.
So the bill that comes in November, he does not pay?
No, because I resigned from work at the high school in October.
In October?
Yes.
Why?
I was there for too long. I wanted to look for other jobs.
October's a strange time to want to look for other jobs in your job market.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so what happens?
So we just stopped paying November. And what happens was that because it's on the same line, they shut my phone off too. So I had to
But didn't you have like a contact? Well, you have his phone number. It's on your phone.
Right.
It's on your phone bill every month.
And
so were you calling him and talking to him?
Yes. And he said he even texted me, and I didn't get a chance to text him back. He texted me, I'm at the store. Do you want me to make a payment? And I guess I didn't text him back in the nick of time. Well, the common sense answer would be yes, you would make a payment at the store.
Exactly.
But because I didn't respond to him with yes or no, he just didn't make a payment.
Did he pay any of the months we talked about? November, December, January,
No,
February?
he did not. And then he ended up selling the phone, and without paying me for the phone, got his own line without telling me, and I got stuck with a $300 early termination fee.
Oh my gosh. Okay, what's your defense?
So would you ever, are you guys friends? Yeah. Would you ever put her on your cell phone plan?
No. I think
What a crappy friend you are.
I think our friendship is worth more than a phone bill.
What do you think? Would you?
I would. I would put them because I trust them, but I don't know about like other friends.
What do you think? Would you?
I think I would.
Okay, guess what? Guess what you two are called?
Friends.
Chumps. There you go, going inside the courtroom.
Good day, Yana. As she said, we were good friends. My relationship that I was in, I had 2 phones. I got stuck with the bill, and so my line.
Is this where you got the idea for what you did to her?
No. But I got stuck with the line, so my lines got cut off. And she just like, oh, wow, I feel sorry for you. Do you want me to get you a line on my plan? And at first I said, no, that's okay. She's like, are you sure?
Maybe I'm just not a nice enough person.
No.
Would you do it?
Absolutely not.
Well, that's because you work here? And you've seen how it goes? Okay, go ahead.
That's been helpful.
Well, if y'all watch people's court a little more, you wouldn't have this problem. Okay, all our viewers know not to do this. Go ahead.
So, and she asked me again, are you sure? Are you sure?
Okay, whatever. She put a gun to your head and made you take it. All right, now I got that. Okay. So July, August, September, October. What happens in November? November's the first month you say he didn't pay. Correct. What happens in November? So you no longer got to see her every day, so now you stop paying?
No, well, actually, because before she resigned, I guess whatever situation that was going on with the job, she wasn't at the school. She was at another place where when certain things happen, the teachers have to stay there until the situation is rectified. So I was just like, well, you're still in the area. You can still come get the money. My house was around the corner from the school. It was no problem meeting anywhere.
I don't understand why both of you spend all this time wasting my time talking about how you could have gotten it done. You didn't.
Right.
Why didn't you get it done?
Well, to be honest, I can't even give you an honest answer why I didn't get done.
Well, okay. Well, then what do you think my verdict's going to be? Why weren't you going to the Sprint, whatever store it is, Sprint, and paying it? You know how much a bill is, pay the bill. Then the next month, when she tells you how much a bill is, go to the Sprint store, pay the bill. You do not need someone to grab your nostril and drag you all the way to the Sprint store and teach you how to pay a bill. You know what happens? It's crazy. When you don't pay the bill, they cancel your phone. And when they cancel your phone because you don't pay the bill, they charge you some really high cancellation fee. Okay? These are the things that happen when you don't pay your bills. So what's the mystery here?
I never had a problem. Like I said, when we were seeing each other, I never had a problem paying
I would have paid it had someone come to my home and taken it out of my pocket. Dude, pay your bills. $713.08. Verdict for the plaintiff. Pay the lady.
Thank you.
And let me explain something to you. Does this now explain to you why normal people do not do this?
Yes.
Okay?
Oh, yes.
If you want to just do somebody a favor and just take over their bills, do it, but expect nothing in return, because he who expects nothing shall not be disappointed.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
And so the defendant will have to pay that phone bill. Come on, step on in here, and you understand the judge's verdict here?
It's her verdict, I guess. I can't. There's nothing else I can say about it.
What it looks like from the testimony is that you took advantage of her and then sort of made yourself scarce when it came payback time. So how is that wrong?
No, that definitely was the case, because there was numerous times where I reached out to her, tried to rectify the situation. Even, I'm at the store. I will pay the bill right now. She told me no. Give it to me.
Why would she say, well, why didn't you go over there and give it to her then?
She told me she was coming to me.
All right, okay. All right. Right down this way. All right, very good. All right, so step on in here. You've hopefully learned a lesson here?
A big lesson. I will never sign a bill or anything for anyone, friend, husband, nothing, no one. I may be jumping to conclusions, but the judge was very fair.
She bailed you out this time.
She did, and it's a major learning lesson for me. And I thank Judge Milian for seeing the truth and bailing me out.
Okay.
So
You're welcome.
Fair. Thank you.
Harvey?
This is just insane. I mean, if they can't get a cell phone on their own, they are bad credit risks. They are probably irresponsible, and it's a really bad idea to do. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
With a major selection of the looks your kiddos love, starting at just $4 in the Walmart app, a new school year means a stylish new them. Who knew? Find skater skirts and Crocs that say, I'm casual but cool. Sparkly sneakers that say, it's my classroom, you're just learning in it. And preppy polos that say, I'm the teacher's pet, even if they're mommy's menace at home. Find their favorite styles starting at just $4 in the app. The Walmart you thought you knew is now new.
This is the plaintiff, Ashley Pettis. She says she and the defendant were parked at a gas station one night, and as the girl was pulling out of her spot, she sideswiped her car, damaging her fender. When she contacted the defendant the next day, she said she was recovering from a hangover and would deal with her in a little while. Huh? Bottom line, the girl did the crime, and now she needs to pay her the $524.01 she owes. This is the defendant, Mary Montgomery. She says the plaintiff freaked out over a little scrape on her bumper and went on Facebook blasting her reputation. She even posted false information about her and said she was driving drunk. Bottom line, this girl ruined her good name, and she's not paying her a dime. She's accused of a backup crackup.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. These litigants were parked at a gas station in separate cars. The plaintiff says the defendant sideswiped her, and there's evidence that she was drunk. Now, the defendant says it was a little scrape, and the plaintiff defamed her. It's the case of, I'm just scraping by.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Ashley Pettis, you are suing Mary Montgomery for $524.01. The estimated cost to repair your car after she crashed into you when the two of you had left a club. Now, you two actually know each other, right?
No.
Did you recognize her as someone who had just been in the club or not really?
No.
Okay, what happened?
So we're leaving the club, and I go to the gas station. I was parked outside waiting for my friend to come back outside, and she was parked to the right of me. And as she was pulling out of the parking spot, she sideswiped the right of my back bumper.
Okay, do you have a picture?
Yes.
May I see it? And you have estimates?
Yes.
Or one estimate?
One.
Okay, let me see it. What happened?
I was at the milk bar, and I went to the gas station after the club, as we always do. And as I was leaving the parking lot, I backed my car out, and the front right end of my bumper on my driver's side rubbed on the back of her back bumper on the right side.
You're not suggesting it's her fault, though, right?
No, I'm just saying, no.
Okay.
As I pulled out, my car rubbed hers. I pulled back in.
Okay.
And we exchanged information. I gave her my information so that she can
And your information was your insurance information?
Yes.
Okay. And then you called the insurance company, and what'd they tell you?
That her insurance overlapped.
That it had lapsed?
Yes.
That she didn't make her payments, so she was no longer covered. What about that?
Yeah, correct. My insurance was unable to cover it, and I told her.
No, they weren't unable. They're able. They just weren't gonna because you didn't make your payment,
correct.
right? Okay,
yes, and I told her even after the fact that my insurance wouldn't cover it, that I would pay her.
Okay, and did you? Because I can't help but notice that I'm here.
Oh, no.
Okay.
She threatened me. Her and her friends threatened me.
Why did she need to threaten you if you paid her?
No, I didn't pay her.
Oh, you just said you'd pay her.
Yeah,
but then you didn't actually pay her.
No.
Oh, see, that's the order. I'll pay you, which she can't deposit. She can't deposit your phrase, I'll pay you. She has to deposit you actually paying her money. Because it's amped up now, and now she's trashing you on Facebook, and now she's getting upset because you're not paying her. Why aren't you paying her?
So, defaming somebody on Facebook, is that an excuse not to pay?
No, I don't think it's an excuse not to pay, because it's like words, and people are trashed a lot. But
People are trashed a lot. What do you think?
I think the same, like, they should not charge them, but I don't.
Okay, well, it kind of petered out, but my guess is she's right, going inside the courtroom.
I asked her if I could see the accident report. So I asked her if I could see it.
Was there an accident report?
I went to the police station the same day that it happened and put in a report. I have it with me.
Okay, let me see the report. You could also go to the police station and get the report, but go ahead. What else? What other demands did you put on paying her for the damage you caused? It's not going well for you. Are you picking that up? And what else did you ask for? The estimate?
I asked her for the accident
Okay, now
report
that's
and for the
reasonable. Did you send her the estimate?
I text her off of the phone. I have it in my...
You have the actual scan of it inside your phone, and you texted it to her?
No, I texted her the amount.
Okay, I know, but she wants the actual estimate, right?
Okay.
Did she ask you for the estimate?
She did, and we were supposed to meet up, and I was going to give her a copy of the estimate, the
Just
police
take a picture
report.
of it and text it to her.
Yeah.
You don't have to do that. Then you shut the issue right down. So here they are. You want to see them? Let's show them to her, and let's see if there's anything that you would like to say after that in your defense. I'm looking at the pictures. Here are the pictures. Hand her the pictures too, please.
Okay.
Okay. You felt like that might buff right out?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I mean, a lot of it will, but there's one that's gouged right to the. You can see that it's gouged to the metal. But so, if you really meant to pay her, what is it that made you so mad that you wouldn't pay her?
She started threatening me, and she just so happens to be cousins with this girl that jumped me. So they're pumping her up over the internet, beat her up or take the money. And how
are you seeing all this? Because it's Facebook?
I stayed in contact with her. I even accepted her as a friend on Facebook so we could stay in contact with each other. So
when she's trash talking with the people who jumped you, having to do with what?
Cousins with her. They don't like me.
Okay.
Because I got hired at the radio station. But as I was saying, Ashley wouldn't show me the prices on that. She just told me it was $524.01 and I had to pay her. I said, can I see the accident report? She sent me the picture of one of those papers but not the other one. And she wouldn't show me the accident report until she said, you can't see the accident report until after you sign the payment agreement. And I'm like, that's not gonna happen.
Now, did you say that to her?
No. The night of the accident, I took a picture with my phone of what the damages were. My flash was on, so when the picture came out, it only showed the flash.
Yeah, but you still have the damage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you just take another picture. I don't understand you guys. Do you want to be here? Maybe you want to be here. To me, if I want somebody's $524, I send it. But no, we're done. I don't want to waste any more time. But I just don't understand you guys. Because I got to be here. You got to be here?
Got to be here.
Well, the two of us got to be here. But do you guys have to be here? I don't think so. And had you sent the pictures, just to go outside and take the pictures again. You know how to take pictures. You guys know how to send naked pictures of yourselves everywhere, but you can't figure out how to get an estimate from point A to point B. I don't understand your generation. I give up. $524.01 verdict for the plaintiff. Lordy, lordy.
The defendant on the losing end of this case right here, what's your reaction after hearing the judge come down for her?
I'm kind of disappointed because I wasn't able to, give her all of my side of the story. I was threatened, even though I was honest about the situation and I wanted to pay the defendant. I'm not mad. I told her I would take responsibility for what I did. I just think it's wrong that she continued to threaten me over.
I think you did say that in the courtroom, and that didn't make any difference. It's still your fault, and you have to pay. Why didn't you do that?
Because I was continuing to be threatened. Hey, we come meet up to pay you. I'm still going to beat you up. So, yeah.
Right. Head right down this way. All right, so come on in here, and what's with the pictures? Why couldn't you take a picture that was any good?
No, we were supposed to meet up, and she was going to get a copy of everything that I had, including the pictures, but then she decided not to meet up. I even told her we could meet up at the police station. Since she felt threatened, we could meet up at a public place.
Were those threats real on Facebook? Did you see them too?
There was no threats. I'm not accountable for what other people say to her on Facebook.
Said some things?
Yes.
All right, Harvey?
So it's pretty simple. If you feel that somebody defamed you, you can turn around and you can file a defamation lawsuit against that person. That does not mean you are excused from paying any damage that you caused independently.